Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah bil alamin. Hamdan yuwafi ni'amahu wa yukafi mazidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhika wa 'azimi sultanik. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa barik salam. Okay, so hello. All right. So give me 1 minute. All right. So how are you? All right. So how are you? Okay, so anyone's taking the speaking test tomorrow? Okay, anyone taking the speaking test tomorrow? All right, so if you're taking the speaking test tomorrow, or if you're sitting for the Muet speaking test anytime soon, okay, please tell me in the chat box. All right, tell me in the chat box if you are going to sit for the speaking test really soon. Okay, anyone? So if you know someone who will be sitting for the speaking test really soon, please share this link. All right. Okay, Nur Baria. Okay, saya. Okay, Nur Baria. Okay, so when is your speaking test? Okay, when is your speaking test? Okay, so please share this. Okay, with your friends who are going to sit for the speaking test really soon, because I would like to share last minute reminders, which I think is so important for everyone to know. And maybe, hopefully, that these tips, these reminders can help. Okay, so Nurabaria, all right. Tomorrow, okay, your speaking test is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Okay, is anyone here? Anyone else here? It will be sitting for the one speaking test really soon. Okay, so we have someone tomorrow. All right. Okay. All right. And all right. So anyone else here? Do you have anyone else here? Okay, here. All right. Anyone else? All right. Okay, now let me get this link into my the channel. All right. Hopefully that could help more people. All right. Okay, so here, let me just get this. Okay, let me get this on. All right. Trying to share the link here. Okay. All right. Before I continue. Now, if you have any questions at this time, please make sure, please just put it in the chat box. All right. All right. Put it in the comment. Please just comment there if you have any questions while I'm live here. Okay. Okay, so if you please put any questions. So Baria, if you have any questions, Baria? Any questions? Okay, so tonight I'd like to share two main reminders. Okay, one for part 1 and one for part 2. Okay. All right, so hold on. Okay, guys. Okay, ready to go. All right, just able to share the link just now. Okay. All right. Okay, so Okay, so two main reminders. Okay, so let's start with part one. Okay, part one. So for part one, I would say for last minute, okay, for last minute, two tips. Okay, two tips. What are the two tips? Okay, the two tips here. Right. Let me share my screen. Okay. So I think you can see my screen now. Okay, can you see my screen? Is that visible? Right, is that visible there? Okay. All right. Okay, so I hope you can see me here. Okay. Now, for the first tip, okay, first tip here. Okay, last minute reminders for speaking tests. Now, can you see my screen? All right, are you able to see my screen now? Cannot, madam? Okay, cannot. Let's try that again. Okay. Now you can see my, can you now see my screen? Nampak dah? Macam tu. All right. So I'll write something here for you guys. Okay. So last minute reminders for the speaking test. Okay, for the speaking test. Now, what are the last minute reminders? So number one, okay, for part one. Okay, for part one, right? For part one, make sure you start confidently, right? Make sure you start confidently. Make sure you start confidently. Now, how to start confidently? Make sure you do the right breathing. Okay, you breathe. Okay, breathing betul. Breathing. All right, you breathe. And so, of course, before, after the examiner calls upon you, okay, after the examiner calls on you, for example, okay, candidate A, you may talk. You may talk for 2 minutes, or you are given 2 minutes to talk or to give your presentation. Right, candidate A. So make sure you don't start right away. Make sure you breathe first. Okay, breathe first, and you make sure you run through the ideas in your head first. Apa yang you nak buat? Okay, apa yang you nak present? And of course, it's better when you refer to your notes. Okay, breathe first and you refer to your notes. Run through all the points. Okay, if it's three, it's three lah. Okay, if it's two, then 2 points. Okay, number two. Make sure, make sure you have the ideas for each theme. Okay, so what themes are we talking about? So last minute reminders at this hour, okay, at this hour, you can go through your book, okay, make sure you have some words for education theme. Kalau ada soalan about education come out, you have certain keywords for health theme, you have some for finance and consumerism, Yeah, we have some words for people and culture, about people and culture. All right, what else we have here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have something perhaps about what else do we have here? Okay, health is already here. Okay, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, science and technology. I will leave that up. This one up. Yes. Okay, science and technology, and then we have things like sports. Okay, and if you look at the past papers, you can see a pattern. Okay, you can nampak a pattern. Okay, satu pattern yang every session selalu keluar. Alright. Okay, so that's for part 1. So this is the last minute reminders for speaking test for part 1 for you to be really, really ready. Okay. Make sure you start confidently and make sure you have the ideas for each theme. You have some words. Okay, you have some words and you have some ideas of each of the theme. Itu akan membuatkan you paling prepare. 3. 2 minutes timing. Okay, so make sure you have your 2 minutes timing too. All right, you know how long 2 minutes is, and even better is if you bring your own watch. Okay, so just now I had a class with my Kentuckians and they asked the questions that they needed. So my students are very wonderful. Okay, they always ask the right questions. All right, so these are some of the things that we talked about. Yeah, you bring your own watch so that you tahu, all right, you know how long is 2 minutes and you can time yourself during the Muet speaking test itself. So I don't think it's anything wrong with bringing your own watch as long as it's not a smart watch. All right, so make sure you have this either digital, okay, like this one, okay, regular digital watch, or one which has the needle. All right, okay, so that's for part 1. Now what about part 2? Okay, so this for part 1. Now what about part 2? Okay, so part 2, tadi ada orang tanya, so that's how we had someone ask. All right, we have Nurul Bariah asked, okay, untuk group discussion, bolehkah kalau kita cakap 2 kali sahaja? Alright, takut tak cukup masa and nak bagi peluang kandidat lain untuk bercakap juga. Alright. Okay, so Nurul Bariah, Bariah, okay, is that correct? Bariah. Okay, so Nurul Bariah, so this is a very good question. It depends, yeah, it depends how many times we speak, how many times how many times we speak out, it depends on the situation. All right, so whatever it is, you make sure. All right, make sure for part 2 what you should target is link ideas with other. Make sure you know how to link your ideas with other members. Okay, how? Okay, make sure you know how. Meaning you agree and then you agree and then justify why you agree, right? And how should you say that? So for example, there's a lot of ways that you can say it. Okay, so for example, if you want to agree, you can say, okay, I agree with your point. Then you say, not justify again, because I agree that I agree with your point where you said that doctors are the most important, is the most important way, increasing doctors is an important way to improve our healthcare system. Because doctors are the best or the most responsible people to in diagnosing an illness. Okay, so here you're justifying, okay, you're agreeing, number 1, and then you're justifying why, alright, why you agree with that person. Okay, lagi cantik kalau you ulang balik dia punya point and then you tambah point you macam tu. So you nampak examiner will see that that you are able to link your idea with other people. So memang kena buat, tapi macam mana? So make sure you tonight you make sure you know how to, what are the words to say. Okay, what are the words you should say to start off the sentence? Okay, right? And then number two, excuse me. Okay, how many times? How many times tak kisah. Okay, macam Nurul Bariah tanya, how many times sepatutnya kita bercakap? So doesn't matter, dia tak kira how many times. Kadang-kadang kita cakap sikit pun okay. However, it all depends. Make sure you memenuhi apa yang patut you buat. Okay, so the second tip is giving. Make sure you know how to give a proper introduction and conclusion. Right? So maybe someone else is like that. Someone else will be giving introduction conclusion. So seorang je bagi introduction dan seorang sahaja yang buat conclusion. Siapa yang bagi, it's open. Okay, it's open, anyone. Alright, can do it. Okay, so it's flexible. Alright, it's flexible. Alright. Okay, guys. So that's basically. All right, so that's basically the tips, okay, for last minute reminders for the speaking test, the Muet speaking test. Right, so do you have any other questions tonight? Okay, any other questions that perhaps I could help you with? Nur Bariah, did I answer your question, Nur Bariah? Okay, any other questions? All right, so since there's no other questions, so I'd like to wish you all good luck. Good luck. All right. Moga Tuhan bantu you all dengan luar biasa. Okay, for session 3, Muet speaking test candidates, all the best. Okay, so make sure the most powerful thing, all right, to succeed, of course, make sure you mohon restu with your parents before you go for the test, because the doa, okay, doa from your parents is really powerful. Okay, berkat dia banyak. Okay, so make sure you nak turun tu, you minta restu, minta doa from your parents, your mother, your father. Okay, hopefully that Allah akan bantu dengan luar biasa. Alright, Ani Nur Ain Alwanis kelas Okay, if kita tak perform in speaking but score untuk yang lain, boleh dapat pantry ke atas ke? Okay. Okay, if kita tak perform in speaking but score untuk yang lain, boleh dapat pantry ke atas ke? Yes. So you Nur Ain, when you have to remember that you have the 4 papers kan? 4 papers. Speaking, writing, listening, reading. So mungkin okay, they all carry pemberat yang sama, 35%, 25%, 25%. Alright, so hopefully kalau yang satu rendah ni mungkin yang lain dapat tarik. Okay, hopefully macam tu. Okay, Ain? Alright. Okay, so here Madam dah jawab yang ni kan, Nur Bariah. Okay, untuk sekali mereka kita cakap kita saja again. Again, to answer this question, it doesn't matter, dia bukan kira berapa kali, however sama ada kita dah memenuhi kriteria tugasan untuk kita link idea, untuk kita bagi pendapat. Okay, macam tu. Alright, so okay. Of course, so Nur Bariah, so dia cakap takut tak cukup masa and nak bagi peluang ke kandidat lain untuk bercakap juga. So if you cakap banyak, memang tak sempat. However, if you cakap secukupnya, memang you are able to speak many times. Okay, and dia bukan saja you bagi pendapat you, tapi you agree and you say why. that might not take a long time pun, tapi dia ambil kira untuk markah-markah yang macam yang akan bagi evaluate you based on how well you can interact or link your ideas with other people. Alright. Okay. Okay, so we have Nur Alia, Shamimi during part 2 discussion. Anyone boleh start ke atau start with candidate first dulu? Anyone. Memang examiner akan, they will say, okay, so you have 8 to 12 minutes to discuss. You may begin now. Okay, you may begin now. Macam tu, begin macam tu je. So they won't say like, okay, candidate A, you start first. No. Right, so it's flexible, it's open. Anyone can start, anyone can give this to introduce, and anyone can conclude. Okay, Nur Alia, Shamimi? All right. Okay, so if there aren't any more questions, okay. All right. Then I think, okay, then I'll just say good luck to all of you. Okay, so Allah bantu you all dengan luar biasa, okay. All of you dengan sangat luar biasa, that you will be able to be fluent, all right, be fluent in every part, okay, not only for the speaking test, but all the tests. Okay, so I think that's all for tonight. All the best, take care. Assalamualaikum.